diverse, we chase the light. Cohort Season 7 rise. On the blockchain we are wise. Innovation in our eyes.
Okay. Watch the stream. Okay. Deacon said you guys wanted some story, and I love that. So we start with the very beginning of Raid Guild with all these pretty pictures. Okay, next slide. So I'm gonna do this really quick because this is the boring part. Deacon said the topic is content too, so I thought, okay, I'll just put in my 4 thoughts of content. Whenever I write something on whatever platform, I think, who am I trying to reach? Where do they tend to hang out? What do they want? Or what do I want them to do? So, like, if I want to reach Raid Guild apprentices, they're hanging out on the Raid Guild Discord. So I'm going to go over to the Raid Guild Discord, and if I want them to do something, then I need to figure out how to get your guys' attention and put it in front of you. And then number 4 is, are you polluting the internet? So I hope you guys aren't polluting the internet. Okay, next, now we're going to do the game. Okay, this is the fun part. Okay, so everybody get a paper or pen or notepad or something. And then think about like when you first woke up, whether it was like this morning or like you haven't slept all night. Hopefully if you haven't slept all night, it was for a good reason. And yeah, think about that. And then we're gonna take like, I don't know, like 6-7 minutes, and we're gonna write the story. So just like dump it all down, like it doesn't even really matter, because it's just for you. But write it so like it's from your perspective. You're the first, so you're like telling the story like, I was in bed, hopefully, and then the sunlight came through the window and it woke me up. So you're going to write from that point of view, and then, but try not to use the words I, me, or my. So like, you're telling the story from your first person perspective, like this is what happened, this is what I see, what I perceive, but you're not talking about you, you're talking about everything around you. And the trick is to, talk about, like, you're going to tell the story of how you woke up, but you're going to tell it from, like, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you witness. And hopefully we'll get a sense of how you feel by what you notice. All right, does anybody have any questions? All right, I will take that as a no. Okay, so it's 40 minutes after the hour, so we'll stop at 47. How's that? On your mark. A few more seconds or so.
Yeah. This is where we need the little babbling brook music in the background or something.
Yeah, music. Does anybody want to read theirs?
Did you do one too, or I could read mine? I guess.
Yeah, I did one
A
too,
little
but
fun.
go ahead.
Okay, so I wrote mine on my whiteboard, and I was kind of writing over some flowcharts, so it might be hard to read. It says, woke up early morning. The sun blasted through the window. The curtains felt shame for doing their job so poorly. Sounds came from the other room of a fridge door slamming and coffee boiling. Discord alerts flashed on my phone. Discord and X alerts flashed on my phone screen. That's it. It was short. It was a small whiteboard.
It's cool though, because you totally didn't use I or me very much, but we can kind of get a sense that you really did not want to wake up right then.
Yeah, and that was actually that was interesting. Actually, not using I or me, it made me almost visualize it different.
I can read mine. I did use my once, so you have to shun me for that. But it says, a bug was buzzing nearby and landed on my shoulder. Oh, like a tiny earthquake. No amount of effort could shake it off. A mounting sense of agitation stirred and disturbed the silence of the room. But with it followed something sweet, a little flutter, high and light. Eyes slowly lifting, glimpsed the pink sky outside the window, and agitation was replaced with peace. Rolling over, a final attempt to stop the pesky gnat prevailed, one gentle finger on cold reflective glass. Feet on cold concrete with slippers just beside, the journey toward this caffeinated lifeblood summoned.
Woo, that was in one take too. You didn't edit?
I'm sure I edited.
As you went along, yeah, that
I'm
was really great. Thank you. Anyone else? There's some in the chat. Maybe anyone wants to read theirs that's in the chat? Um, oh, go ahead. Yes.
The phone rang. It was on the bed, buried in the entangled mass of a heap of pillows, duvets, and blankets. It wasn't hard to reach though. Years of touchscreen training kicked in, as if it answered by itself. Familiar female voice saying it's 9:30 a.m. and asking if I got up. Reminds me of the old days. Window, cat locked away, some furniture, everything looks kinda grey. Only urge not to go back to sleep and start grinding stands out. Quite unusual.
Thank you. These are really nice. I wasn't expecting like feeling touched by it. Anyone else have a story they want to read?
I can go. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, it's great.
Okay, great. The head throbbed. There was a drum solo of competing thoughts. Ideas, half-formed and insistent, clamored for attention. The world lay fractured behind my eyelid. They were splintered. Wholeness felt like a costume to be donned, a role to be played. Which mask today? The aroma of coffee lingered in the air. A dark promise drifted through, a summons to the cafe. Against my will, despite the chains of my bed, my ass dragged itself upright. The cafe, a stage, each espresso pulled, each latte steamed, fueled a frantic race through others' lenses. Artist, lover, dreamer, each cup served a brief connection, a flicker of recognition in another's fractured world. Perhaps wholeness wasn't a destination, but a fleeting shared moment, brewed and served hot. That's that. My little story.
Thank you. Really
Thank you.
impressive. These. Maybe we'll see if we can fit one more in. Does anyone else want to read? Well, I guess maybe Deacon, you can skip to the next one. This is just if you want to get a hold of me. I know, right, Tay? Everybody's so great. I don't know how to describe myself, but that's how you can get a hold of me. And then the last page. So I was talking with Shin last night, and he said this. I was like, I'm going to quote you tomorrow. I want to find out what I can uniquely contribute to the internet. It's very cool. So I don't know, does we have like a few minutes? Does anyone want to share like how it felt writing this way, or like you think Shin's the AI? Oh no, something up there. Okay. Does anyone want to share like, you know, what it felt like writing this way, or any thoughts on like content on the internet and stuff?
In terms of writing in this specific way, I would say it was a bit difficult because So it's a bit difficult to like fully disconnect, and in the process of having to first think, how can I speak about my morning while not using those words as much? It created like a bit of a break whereby I kind of had to actually sit, reflect, and think about what sparked my day and where I am now. As opposed to, let's say, if I was prompted, hey, what did you do this morning? It's very different when you kind of have to think beforehand about separating yourself from yourself, if this makes any sense.
Yeah, I was hoping for like an exercise in perspective. Go ahead, someone else unmuted.
Yeah, I liked it actually. The perspective, the separation, it felt more authentic than just saying I, me, and what I think of myself.
Well, that's all I got. If anyone else has any thoughts. If you're, I used to have a job where I would write content for a software broker, and I was pretty much just like regurgitating the news to fit into SEO optimizing posts across blogs and social media. And it felt like I was just polluting the internet, and like you're trying to like get through the trash to find something meaningful. And so now I try really hard to not do that. And instead, yes, it's totally right. You like the kinetic Sarah, like when you get those jobs, you're like, oh damn. I really don't want to do that. So yeah, so this is just me trying to say encourage, like if you feel like you're polluting the internet, I feel you.
Yeah, I can't do anything social media related anymore, even though I see potential in it for it to be really cool. It's just riddled with negative associations. Maybe, Zayabash, you and I can replace my associations with it and do something cool this cohort.
Actually, that's a good thing. BorrowLucid, do you want to talk about your experience in the cohort you went through, or also would you like to talk about chonies at all?
I always want to talk about chonies. Thank you. But no, my cohort was like amazing. Like Tay and Deacon and Earth to Travis and Plore, like yeah, they're like I'm their fangirl. So totally in good hands. But chonies, we do ecosystem weaving. So chonies.xyz. I literally just published a blog a second ago. Do you know what chonies is, Sarah?
I was actually laughing at the meme coins comment because we're kind of doing a meme coin, so.
Okay. I have all kinds of opinions about meme coins, Tay. But anyway, Choni says ecosystem weaving. We're at chonies.xyz. And yeah. If you're working on something and you want some like help on finding collaborators or sponsors or something like that, we're your friends. Thank you.
Yo, check the mic 1, 2. Squeak, squeak, it's Hammy G. Descending into the abyss where things get funky. See, this ain't no Disney flick, no cheesy cartoon chase. The smaller slayer, a bureaucratic soul-crushing space like Dante's Inferno, with more paperwork and fees and demonic interrupts that make